So me, I'm saying it's the Bronx. Bitch, with that being said, who is that?
That's it. Loose bottom, butthole, out, everything, don't care. The white stuff from the black, the black stuff from the black.
I came out of a pussy portal. When I go to Burbank, I make sure I go to portals.
No, see, Burbank, Glendale, I'm going to whenever. I don't care if any reason.
I'm going to
on a full stomach and all, bitch. I'm gonna go get my chicken cocaine and my deuce and the shit off.
It fucking smells like you just finished eating dirty ass. Get the fuck back. Do you want to see what's under my dresser?
How the fuck is the fire alarm on? Bitch, cause I be hotboxing this house and the fire alarm the wall.
On some shit.
Is that ketamine, that meth that they smoke that's a little too strong. Listen though, cops be up in this building, but these hoes be on drugs, strong drugs too, bitch. They said happy Halloween.
Come on, baby, give Papa some sugar. Spooky. Fuck me. Hey, bitches. How y'all doing? Welcome to the QOD podcast. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing good.
Bitch, I'm the HBIC, and
this is Gorgashmarie.
I mean, I'm not the HBIC. I'm a baby. I'm a little girl. My name is Dorleen. My mama keep me in the pageants.
Okay, and I'm Detective A.
And she detecting that my mom is abusing me and forcing me to do pageants. And she's feeding me nothing but fried chicken and collard greens. That fat cunt. Happy Halloween, bitch! It's the Halloween episode, bitch.
Yes.
It's the Halloween episode. Happy Halloweener. Trick or treat, smell my feet or smell my meat. It's up to you. How we feeling today on this Halloween night?
I'm feeling good. Spooky. I'm excited.
I'm excited too, girl, because the night just got done. The night is still young.
Very young.
Girl, this is just the recording outfit. This is just the record. Wait until I get into my let's get physical, bitch. The girls are gonna gag tonight on my crotch, bitch, and I'm excited. But so, how do you feel about Halloween? Do you like Halloween? Do you not like Halloween? Because I know a lot of bitches hate Halloween. Me being one.
I love Halloween. It's actually one of my favorite holidays. I love dressing up.
Period.
I love all the mystical things about Halloween. I don't know. I just always loved Halloween since I was a kid. I love dressing up and stuff.
Period.
Normally, I would have like 3 outfits every Halloween. I don't know what it is with the number 3, but this year I'm like, no, I'm just do one. Just one. Maybe. I got some stuff in my cart. I'm just debating.
See, I always have extra outfits too, but what I mean with Halloween is like a love-hate relationship. It's like a situation where it's just like I don't care for it until it's like the weekend off, and then I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get outfits together. And like, I've had some pretty fire-ass outfits past Halloween fits, but like this year I really didn't care. I'm just like, can we skip Halloween, get to Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's? Bitch, I just want to throw this year away already. Happens to New Year's, so I just want all these months to speed by already. So I don't really care about the trick or treating and none of that stuff. Also, it's also fucked up how we live in a society where just because we're adults, we can't trick or treat. It's fucked up. I want to walk into a fucking store and say trick or treat, candy. It's only fair, bitch. I'm dressed up, like especially if I'm dressed as a little girl. Do you want to see what's under my dresser?
No, for me, I never really cared for the candy. I don't know. I mean, when I was younger, I trick or treated, but after high school, it was all about the party for me. I love partying. I love to dress up. A lot of years for Halloween, I bartended and stuff, so like just working a lot of events was super fucking cool and fun. And I don't know. To me, I just think it's fun. And then I feel like after you get older, if you don't have kids, I feel like Christmas just be like, I'm bad. All my mother can get it for myself.
That's why I love it.
Like, I can do that all year round. Christmas to me is nothing significant or special, unless you're in a relationship. I will say my Christmas as an adult in a relationship was cool because you surprise your spouse with a little gift that they was gonna get from you. But I'm single, so I mean, Christmas to me is just a regular weekend. Thanksgiving, bitch, we good. We greedy as fuck all year round. The same shit. It be the same shit on the menu.
Well,
I like creativity and artsy shit, so
yeah.
Halloween is just my thing.
That's why I like Halloween, seeing other people's costumes and stuff. See, the problem with me is with everything is kind of like I always feel like this is how I feel. Especially because in drag too, I feel like if I don't have the finances to, or the money to, or even if I do have the money to like put the look together, I'm the type of bitch I want dramatic. Bitch, if I'm gonna do a Halloween outfit, I want to do an angel with real wings, with a diamond crystallized outfit, headpiece, back, blue contact, like the whole nines. That's money and time, bitch. I'm talking about. I want to look like a fucking diamond, bitch. So it's like for me, I always figure if you can't look that way, bitch, just dress less and become a hoe. So I just figure it's just easier for me to just show my titties and my ass. And also, we also live in a time where back when Halloween used to be a thing, well, Halloween always been a thing, but back when Halloween, when I was growing up, Halloween was like, people was wearing crazy shit, fun shit, all types of shit to go into the gig. And now it's like, everybody just is whores. It's either they're whores or they're doing the most. So it's like, no in between anymore. So it's kind of like, be there or be square, bitch. Or lock yourself in the house.
I mean, it's like the Mean Girl saying, Halloween is that one time a year where all the girls dress up like hoes and no one can say anything about it. I love Mean Girl, so I don't know. For me, I feel like, I feel like personally, be sexy, be who you are, and you're supposed to do the most. Do the most. Doing the last, just be like, girl, why are you here? Why are you here?
But also something.
If you're not gonna really do the shit, either be sexy, which is easier, well, for some people, because some people don't have no sex appeal. But do the fucking most. It's Halloween. That's what we want to see. We want to see
for me.
do the most. Do the most. Don't do the last.
I mean, I think it just depends. Because, like, a bitch like me, like, I really don't care for Halloween. So it's like, I go out on Halloween.
Yeah, stay your ass in the house.
No, see, I go out on Halloween because Halloween is when it's popping to go out. I'm not going to go out on weekends that it's dead outside. I'm going to take my ass out when it's popping, when I know the hoe's going to be out, when I know we're going to have a good motherfucking kiki. So, hell yeah, I'm going to take my ass on Halloween. I'll put a little 1, 2, 3 on, but no, I'm not going to be the bitch up in there no most, because I literally just got out of bed 2 hours ago and decided I'm going to go to the club because everybody else there and creepy stuff. So I'm going to grab some fake blood, throw it all over my titties, rip up my jeans, and throw a little something on, and grab a little play knife or a Nerf gun and say I'm a killer. And that's what I'm going to do. Because I'm going to have a boy. One thing about me, see, I feel like Halloween is like a situation where it's like, bitch, either, like you said, show up because you want to look, or show up because you want to party. If you don't want to party, if you don't want to look, stay home. But if you either or party or look, bitch, come. Because I know bitches who come to Halloween parties in jeans and a tank top, and they're like, bitch, I'm here to party, bitch. Bitch, you hit a party and you fucking with me. Now, I'm like that with other holidays, though. Like with New Year's, baby.
Yeah,
New Year's for me is a holiday. I'm like, bitch, look good.
I feel like the only time I really wear underwear is like if I'm wearing jeans, like thick material, or leather, something in that type of range. Let the girl be free. Shorty needs some air too. You do. That's why a lot of folks be having them, because a lot of that cotton stuff and stuff for women, that be fucking folks up. Go free. Let her breathe. You let her breathe.
Or you can just shower in the house, and just let her breathe in your house, in your room, in front of the window, the AC.
Look, when I'm in my room, baby, I don't have no.
Because I know me, I
don't wear no clothes.
I don't have a pussy, but I have a pussy, and I know, bitch, I let that hoe breathe. Girl, I know I'm bent over in front of the fan, just let the fan go.
Well, y'all say pussy, you speak like
I hate that word too, but it's funny.
But no, shit, you gotta let her breathe.
Yeah, I believe in letting the
let her breathe.
I mean, well, unless she stinks, it's like, girl, it's like letting a bitch wear
hot
breath.
If she stank, go wash her ass. Go wash that up.
Yeah,
let her breathe, because she's stinking for something that's rubbing too much up against that thing, and you doing too much with that thing. Wash that ass up. Let her breathe.
See, I don't have a vagina, so I will stand with her and support her and tell her.
Too much going on.
Yes, let your vaginas breathe. She knows what she's talking about. However, I draw the line when your vagina stinks. Just because she's saying let your pussy breathe, don't all you girls just start letting your pussy breathe, because a lot of you girls.
No, if you know your pussy stay.
No,
they should know to put some drawers on, and put some
know.
creams on, put some things on.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do. Go to the doctor. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Go to the doctor.
A gynecologist.
And see what's going on. Because 9 times out of 10, your thing stuff, you know why. You know why.
But a lot of girls are in denial to it. It's like people who armpit stink or who.
You the first person that smell that. Because I know for me, if I stink, I'm going to be the first one to smell that. You know that. You just don't want nobody to say anything about it. Maybe, or you just in denial at that time and someone said something about it, and then you're like,
I don't know.
No, they knew it stank. They knew it stank.
That and people's fucking breaths.
Yeah.
I don't understand how people could be in denial with their breath. Like, I'm like, bitch, pop a gum, pop a mint. Like, it's not that hard. Like, and I hate when I offer people gum, and it be sometimes it be on purpose when I offer people gum because I'm like, okay. Now, if I pop a gum, I'm not popping gum. Sometimes it's just because I smoke or I just finished eating something or I just want gum in my mouth. I just want fresh, minty breath. I'm gonna be speaking around people. You hoes like to speak in people's faces, face to face, nose to nose, and your breath fucking smells like you just finished eating dirty ass. Mm-hmm. Get the fuck back. Yeah, you ain't welcome here no more. Like, bitch,
not welcome no more. No, you can smell that.
Yeah, I can smell it.
They can smell it.
I can smell
their
breath, but they I know a whole bunch of people that they just be talking to people like it's nothing, and I'm like, baby, there's no way you don't know. My thing is it's leaving your mouth. Yeah, you lick your lips. Well, some people got dry lips. You got dry lips, it's a different story. But most of the time, people licking your lips, you can smell your upper lip, unless you have.
It don't really be on the upper lip though. It be on that tongue.
That part too, but.
But a lot of times they should know that their tongue is dry. Because I feel like, well, I'm not going to say that.
No, say it.
No, I'm not going to say that. My favorite Halloween costume. I feel... Okay, so let me tell you something, right? You know how I'm like very like spiritual and stuff?
Yeah.
And even though I hate to say spiritual, I just kind of feel like spiritual is like something that people just put in a box because they don't understand like just your relationship with like God and like understanding the spiritual realm and this esoteric metaphysical stuff. And so when I was a kid, I used to so when I was a kid I had a black cat. I had a black cat. His name was Midnight. And when I was a kid, every fucking year for Halloween, I used to tell my mom, like, I want to be a witch. I wanted to be a witch. And so I never understood until I got older, like, girl, you was tapping into some spirit shit when you was younger. You just didn't know what the fuck it was and what it was called. And so, crazy enough, like, just everything, even though I'm not a witch. But I do, you know what? This is the thing. And I hate that people, like, say, like, oh, it's, like, witchy stuff. But a lot of stuff is not witchy stuff. I feel like they label it as a witch because they want to make it negative, or demonize it. But I think for years I would just be a witch, same costume, different. Like it'll be the same witch thing, but it would be like a different witch costume. Like that's what I used to do, which is so funny. I think about that all the time now. Like, bitch, you used to literally be a witch every fucking year. Like your mom, like witch.
I'm dead.
Witch. I'm gonna be a witch this year. Witch.
Which witch is which?
Witch, yeah. And so, like, even now, it just be so weird to think about. Like, damn, bitch, you wanted to be a witch. But not just that, but just thinking of the spiritual shit behind that, and like, with tarot cards and reading energies and just knowing things before it happened or whatever, just reading people's energies really fucking well. I think that was really interesting, for me to be every year for fucking Halloween. Right. But as I got older as an adult, I don't know, I had so many costumes. Like I said, every year I was a referee, I was a witch again too. I'm a detective now, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get down to the bottom of the motherfucking truth, bitch. You can get shit past me. Period. I've been cheerleader, I've been what else have I been? A lot of things. I gotta go back in my little archives and see some things. But yeah, that was so interesting. I had a black cat. And it's so crazy because I want a black cat again now. I want a black cat so bad, and I keep seeing this black cat
It'll
around
fit
the
you
house.
now. It'll fit you now.
Yeah, I think it'll fit me very well now.
But I don't know if I'll be going over, but
I want a black cat. But you know what? And that's crazy too, because like getting older and realizing the real meaning of a black cat is not what they demonize it to be. Because people are like, oh, black cats are bad luck. No, they're actually good luck and they bring protection. If you ever saw that movie Coraline?
Yeah.
But if you notice, like in a lot of, even in the Matrix, the black cat, they're actually supposed to like bring you protection and peace and things like that, and good luck. I said, oh, I noticed how like society and things, they lie to us to make us not want those things, but whole time them are the things that we actually fucking need. So I said, I want to have
the cat is actually I always think about black cats similar to like Sabrina, how like the cat was always the witch. So I always feel like, because I used to
the cat always knew what the fuck was going on.
Because I used to have like spirits and witches. I feel like ultimately all the chakra stuff, all the crystal stuff, even though it may not be witchcraft, I feel like it's witch adjacent. Like that, I feel like we know those things because the witches died in the Salem witch trials. Like, I mean, you know, obviously I'm pretty sure some got away and stuff, but I'm pretty sure not all of them died. Like, I'm pretty sure some of their souls.
Honestly,
like,
I don't feel like those were witches. I feel like the people who burned them up and said they were witches were the real witches. That's what I truly feel. I don't think because think about it. If those witches and the even though to me I kind of feel like witches are at the bottom of the totem pole of things that we have on earth. Think about the powers that witches hold. A lot of times, if they're bad witches, they have to manipulate, they have to deceive, and all these things. They have foresight, so they can see shit before it comes. If they were the real witches, don't you think they would have knew what was coming to them before it even came? And not even just that. If they had so much power as they said they would, why would they have been burned? They would have been able to deceive those people, got the fuck away, been down somewhere else, miles and miles away, and then they have these witches on brooms and flying here and there and there and there. They would have been gone, babes. But once again, witches deceive and they be lying. I feel like the real witches were the ones who said, she's a witch!
Well, it could be
like their ass.
It could be.
And they burned your ass up because you probably was on to their asses. And because even if you do the history of the Salem witch trials, a lot of them said they would just be so fearful that anything that you had did that was different from, you know, they were really, really, really fearful back in those times. Just like how they're fearful now, but they were really fearful that they would be like, oh, that if you got on red shoes and everybody got on blue shoes, you get on red shoes. She's a witch. So that I kind of feel like that was so easy for them to easily get like, you know what I'm saying? So and get away with what they were really doing. So I don't really think that the witches that were burned at the stake were real fucking witches.
Well, see, that's an interesting take because, in my opinion, is different because based off like, you know, we've been seeing shit on TV and shows and all that stuff or whatever. My belief, Vince, is what the rumors and the conspiracies had said was that there was one grand witch that was working with the dark side. She was a bad witch working supposedly, you know, I believe she was maybe possibly working with the Illuminati. I think, you know, everything ties back to them in my opinion. But I think she was working with that side, and what happened was she was trying to negotiate with them, like, you know, join us, let's take over, whatever the case may be. Because those witches couldn't, she's like a grand witch, she has higher power, she's able to like kind of like blind them or kind of like, you know, like,
deception,
you know, she's able to, if you're a higher power bitch, then it's like, bitch, no matter if they're witches or not, they can't see it coming if I have higher power than them. So it's like she was able to manipulate the situation to be it that they were taken and were burnt and all those things. And ultimately what happened was all those powers, she took all those powers. You watched WandaVision happened in WandaVision, happened in similar something like that happened in American Horror Story, The Coven season 2. Like all those famous witch things happen, you watch, and it's basically all been like that when they go back in time. It was always that grand witch that wanted all the power, and she was that evil bitch. So in my opinion, if it was the case that was the thing, the grand witch was the one who set that all up. And I just believe that some of those witches were strong enough to escape. So they did take form of cats and they take form of black crows and all those things. So that's why I feel like those things are good luck. And I feel like the spirits, like when they say ancestors and stuff, I feel like we're only able to tap into those things, not because magic is real, but I feel like they have some type of manipulance in it. Like they have some type of connection in how we're able to light up sage and be like, you know, and say like prayers or meditation things. I think that's the energy though. That's very energy based, but I feel like if you think about historical and time throughout history and stuff, is like the closest people that were able to do things like that or tap into those energies or witches. Who else? Aliens. Them aliens can tap into no energy. They can tap into technology. No.
They were in Egyptian times, but they weren't called witches. They just thought that's what they were doing. Mm-hmm. I just feel like after the Atlantis and all the Egyptian times had failed and they got conquered, and then we had the colonizers, that's when it became demonized. But before it was not demonized. It was normal. Like they praised the stars and, you know, all those things. I don't think that was, they were just able to tap into the different realms because energy doesn't die. Like when you die and your ancestors are cross over, that's them just crossing over to the spiritual realm, but that's not like only witches. Like back then, it wasn't just, well, witches wasn't even a thing back in the Egyptian times. Mm-hmm. That was just everybody, that's what they did. It wasn't a thing of it being demonic or whatever the case may be. It became demonic once the colonizers came and they was like, we gotta change what y'all thinking because y'all too tapped into spiritual shit. We need y'all to get on this Bible stuff, Christianity stuff, and all this other shit. And now the stuff that y'all was already on that had y'all so strong, because they were very strong because they were tapping into the ancestral ties and their lineages. Now we gotta change it to make it demonic. So that's where that came from. It didn't come from like witches and shit. That came after like 1600 AD. Mm-hmm. That was way past the Egyptian times had failed. So that's what they were doing. It just became demonized in like the 1600s and fearful. And now we're trying to get back to that. The Egyptian times.
Well, I feel connected to it. Anybody call me a witch?
The Egyptian times is what we're trying to get back to. Because that's when I think they were the most powerful. Because this is the thing about it. You gotta think about it. We're in a temporary vessel. Spirit is first. Like our spirit is first, and then this is temporary. Even once we die, we done with this vessel, and then our spirit goes to whatever realm it goes to. And then we may reincarnate back to this motherfucker get away, or you may go somewhere else. You just never know where you may go. But you know, your spirit never really dies. How you say, you can tell somebody, you know, you've been here before. Yeah, because your soul, it don't really die. It just reincarnates, so you come here as somebody else. But
that's how we feel.
And that's why I kind of feel like people be so dumb, because it's like, y'all not understand, we are souls first. This is a vessel that we're borrowing. We're borrowing time, borrowing this body. And why would you not want help from the spiritual realm?
Fuck out of here. This is my body, bitch. Ain't no borrow. This ain't no rental, bitch. This is ownership, bitch. I own these titties.
So when that body died, it's done with.
Well, at that point, it becomes a piece of the earth, bitch. Gotta go underneath the ground, and I disintegrate and becomes ground.
You borrowed it from the earth.
You know what? Fuck you.
But you did. It's borrowed. No, it's
okay, but you think about it like this, right?
Vessel.
Remember how we used to have public libraries? You know, you go to the library, you borrow a book, you never take it back. At this point, you own the book. More than I stole this body. Yeah, people steal from each other all the time. The white steal from the blacks, the blacks steal from the blacks.
I came out of a pussy portal. And what I've done with this motherfucking body is going back to the fucking earth, the universe. It's going back. Okay.
Well, I came from,
and I want to be cremated because, bitch, I wish you would take my motherfucking black organs. No.
Honestly, I haven't thought about what I'm going to do with my body.
Don't be
afraid. Because I
but you know what? Thinking of that.
I feel like we'll live to 100. And I know that's crazy, but I feel like we live in a time now, especially with like the way Earth is and all these chips and all these injections and all that. Girl, I feel like aside the ones who didn't get injected, I feel like we're going to be living to it. We're going to be one of the people in 2000 something when the airplanes and all that, when the actual spaceships happen. Yeah. And we're like, I'm 2,000 years old, still looking young. How? I don't know. But, bitch, I'm going to be like Master Yoda, bitch. I'm going to have my little cane. And when I start fighting, bitch, jumping everywhere like a little rat.
I don't want to be 2,000 years old.
Bitch, I don't mind if I
don't want to, no, this earth is fucking ghetto for me.
I don't feel like we'll be here the whole 2,000 years, girl. I feel like what's going to happen, this is what I feel like. This turned into a conspiracy video. I feel like what's going to happen is we're going to end up, the world's going to end. Okay. Somehow it's going to end. Not everybody's going to die. And I feel like the ones that's going to die is going to be the ones who are supposed to die. And then the chosen ones or whatever, the strong ones, we're gonna be locked up and frozen into an aircraft in space for a couple years. Yup. We're gonna
don't do that to me.
And then we're gonna wake up. They're not gonna do nothing to us. We're just gonna wake up and we were kept in space, and they're gonna be like, we wake up as 2174, and they're like, bitch, Earth is gone. We go back down to Earth, it's nothing but animals and grass everywhere. If not, it's like the Jetsons, bitch. It's gonna be crazy, girl. And then we're gonna be the ones to like guide the new generation and start the new life. I would honestly,
I guess guide them, yes.
No, if honestly,
but if they're not listening, get me up out of here because I don't got time for hard headed.
If they're not listening, bitch, come on, I run this shit. No, I feel like I wouldn't mind being the next light years. I don't know what the fuck you call it. The next universe is like Bible. Like I wouldn't mind if I'm a part of the Bible. Like the next Bible. Like obviously they'll have the God Bible, but then they'll have the Bible of the reincarnation of Earth.
Speaking of the Bible,
I'll be there with God.
Did you hear about like what's being exposed about the Bible?
Fake, we know.
No, oh my God.
Oh.
No. Okay. You on the right track though. But the Vatican has miles and miles long of things they took out the Bible under, like some 100 feet under the church where the Pope be at in Rome, or where is that? Where are they at in
Rome?
Whatever. And they have
or Romania, or something.
5 mile long of all of these things they took out the Bible. Mm-hmm. That's fucking scary. Yeah. And you see the Pope, and that's crazy because the Pope had just apologized to Black people how they misled them with the Bible, and a lot of things that was in the Bible was incorrect. They took it and changed it to make them worship a deity outside of themselves when actually the Bible was originally supposed to be about them tapping into themselves and their whatever to find the answers. That's what Christ-like mind was supposed to be like. But now you have these religions like Christianity, Catholic, and what was the third one? Whatever one, whichever one study the Bible, whichever religions take on the Bible and not have a Quran or things like that. They're misled.
Well, that's how I feel. Honestly, if we're being honest, and honest stuff, the conspiracy video, stay tuned for next week. Anyways, for me, it's just like, girl, everything we've taught, everything we've been learned, everything's fake.
A lie.
Everything is fake. I'm sorry, but that's why people used to be like, "Oh, read the Bible, read the Bible." I'm not reading a book of lies. I'm sorry. I know y'all want to see.
I had to read it, but
some things I understand. Like some things I understand some things I don't doubt were real. But how are you telling me that
God is a jealous God? That never made sense.
Yeah.
God is not a jealous God.
How you telling me Mary was a virgin? No, that bitch was a hoe.
Okay, so no, she was not. Now let me tell you what the real story of Mary was.
Well, God wasn't jealous.
So now you know how like we're like real tech now. We're actually more advanced in technology than we think that we are, but government is hiding a lot of technology. So they were very highly tech. They had a lot of tech from what they tell us, because go to those places like Rome and Italy. Humans did not make those buildings. Humans did not make those pyramids.
Hieroglyphics.
That shit, y'all can't even recreate that shit now in 2023. So it don't make sense, right? So what was told was the Anunnaki, because they didn't tell you that Mary was actually a virgin birth as well. So Anunnaki had, a lot of races were made in the lab because they were doing like gene testing or something like that. So anyways, supposedly what it was the Anunnaki came down here and they're like an alien species. They bred whatever, I don't know, after the flood or where it had happened, but they were trying to breed a new society. And so they created this woman and this man, which was Mary's parents. And then that was from a virgin birth. And then she had...
So was Adam and Eve before all this or after?
Adam and Eve was supposed to be before. But the Adam and Eve story is last too. So Adam and Eve...
No, because when you just said they made one woman and one man, that could have been the Adam and Eve. Just in a different...
No, so what it was is, they didn't make Mary and Joseph. They had implanted a seed into that person. So, yeah. So technically, what is it, Mary and Joseph? Joseph was really not Jesus' father. It was something that was implanted into Mary. Yeah, that's interesting. But I ain't gonna lie. But they have that in one. Look, somebody had what's this guy name? His name Billy Carson. Billy Carson. You guys should really watch that man. He really described so many things because he had like clearance with some Vatican stuff and blah blah blah. But his documentaries and his stories that he really talk about the stuff that was taken out of the Bible, it really lets you know, like, bitch, you could definitely tell that a civilization was more advanced. And I was like, how did you guys know about the Jetsons? And how did you guys get those ideas? And I keep telling people, and I'm not trying to be like racist or anything like that, because I just kind of feel like white people are not as smart as y'all think they are, because I've worked with white people. They can have whatever book sense you may have, but common sense wise, they're not there. And you mean to tell me that they're that smart to have these ideas of these aliens and things like that and tell y'all about them and say it's science fiction? No, bitch, they're telling you the truth. They've gotten all of this tech from them. They didn't create this shit. Let's be fucking for real here.
Well, let me tell you,
and I ain't trying to racism, but they've gotten this from something. They didn't just make this shit up. They're not that smart.
In my opinion, it's that one person. That not that one. I don't know if it's one person or a group of people, or whatever. But again, I hate to always bring it back to the nerdy stuff, but it's true. Like, anybody who's been keeping up with Marvel and stuff, we see that there's like the people who, like Kang right now, he's the one who knows everything's gonna happen before it happens. He has wrote things out how it's supposed to be. TV. So my thing is, if we see all these TV shows, we see all these things, all that stuff, how do we know about all these things that happened years ago? How do we know about the things? How do we know about hieroglyphics? How do we have pictures from times that before camera was even invented? How do we know how Christopher Columbus looked? How do we know how God looked?
Yeah.
How do we know how?
How do they have photos from those times?
And
the camera wasn't even made then.
Exactly. So
my
thing is that those people that whether they're aliens or whatever the fuck there is, they're the ones that have been writing everything out. In my opinion, that's why I don't. That's why I really don't be. That's why I don't have. I know a lot of black people, Hispanic people have some type of prejudice or hate or anger towards white people. That's why I don't a lot. Also because I feel like ultimately, if those people is the ones writing things, you think about it. Look at how we're so away from reality and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the white people could just be pawns and everything for us to put our anger to white people and say, white people lied and robbed.
It's not anger towards white
people. Not anger, but you know what I mean.
But you got to make it sense. If you think about it, they're the ones that run things, right? Mm-hmm. Look at the elites. I say white people in the sense of like, they're the ones running the show, telling you this is what your history was, this is what it was. No, it was not. So when you think about people who are writing these things, they are pure white. And when you think about it, everyone in this world is like, oh, well, the higher people that's making these and producing these things are white people. They're lying. That's not what it is. That's not having no hate towards them.
No,
but it's just to make it make sense, babe. And especially from a black person during slavery times, you mean to tell me the white people that colonized y'all asses gave y'all this book and told y'all this is what it is? No, the fuck it was not, babe. Mm-hmm. Y'all believe, like put it in your mind for real.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Why did you? It's not a pawn. I just kind of feel like you just need to start to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless if they're a pawn or not to something bigger, because I kind of feel like the real pawns are the elites that are not even human. Mm-hmm. But they disguise as white people and, you know, whatever. But I don't look at it as a pawn. I just feel like you got to start to make it make sense. And once you start to really make it make sense at the first level of it, then you can really go down that rabbit hole and see, okay, it's going from these people, it's going to this, now it's going to some shit that's not even real human.
But that's why I mean, pawn in the sense of distraction, a sense of like, okay, for me, it's like, even like now, like when they sit there and be like, like, you know, when things constantly are happening and it's like we always going back to the Black Lives Matter thing. It's like, I feel like those things are happening to distract us from other things. And those things only pop off when there's other things happening in the world. Right now, the war is happening, so we're distracted with all the books, Jayhbic Gorgashmarie, Brittany, all these things that they like to give us distraction. So I feel like a lot of the times they're using what we already are instilled in us. You know, it's already instilled that America is a racist country. So how else to distract America than to play with their feelings and play to the prejudice and play to all those things, and to use these pawns, which in that point would be the white person and the black person in that situation, and be like, look, Now let's divide America again to distract out from everything else happening. So for me, I feel like that's like because like with slavery time, it's like, bro, not for nothing, I wasn't a slave, so I can't really say nothing. But it's like you telling me if we're in a plantation with 50 motherfucking slaves and there's a 5 motherfucking white person family up in that house, that our 50 motherfucking slave asses couldn't march up in that motherfucking house, kill them white motherfuckers, take over the house, and start working together to take over things. What, fear was the reason that held everybody back? Why was that fear instilled in us? Why were we born? Why was it? But that's what I'm saying.
It was manipulation and a lot of spell casting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's deeper than all the things we know and stuff and what we see. And that's my thing is like, I want to get to all that because it's like, there's no way that people were instantly just put on the world. And it was like, okay, well, you're black, you're white, you're supposed to be scared of these people. You're supposed to conquer these people. I don't believe that that's how we were created. Whatever was instilled throughout the years and whatever fears were grown for and separation was their set. Whether it was the white people in power or not, it still goes back to the people writing the story. It's like, okay, are you writing the story to make the white people the actual villain? Because, every story needs a villain. Or are you doing this to distract us from finding out who you is? So, like the Wizard of Oz, it's like that whole thing, the movie would have kept going. Dorothy would have kept meeting all these crazy-ass characters and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. If she would have never found that man behind the curtain, because the whole time he's like, the Wiz is going to give you everything you want. And look, the whole story was, bitch, you had it all up in you. All you had to do was click your shoes. So we could be just going crazy and thinking this one thing when it's really not. And we open that motherfucking hoopty and it's the man behind the curtain. So, bitch, who the man behind the curtain? I don't want to hear about the Oz. I want to know who the fuck is the man behind the curtain. Why can't we find the man behind the curtain?
I think we kind of already know the man behind the curtain. It's not human people.
Yeah, but not everybody. We know, but not everybody knows. Or people know.
People are trying to wake up to it.
Thankfully, but it's still like.
But at the end of the day, do I feel like they're disguised as white people? Yes.
Yeah, they are disguised as white people.
They're not going to disguise themselves as black people.
No, but they disguise as white people again to keep us distracted from, to keep that the situation going. They're not gonna disguise as black people because black people are not gonna be scared of black people. They're not gonna disguise as Spanish people because Spanish people and black people are friends. So they're gonna disguise as the one being that we know we hate or we're feared of or they conquer, whatever the case is. That's why I feel like they take that position as white people. Because ain't nobody else scared of nobody else. Hell, I'm not even scared of a white bitch.
Well, in the society that they've created for us, people look at as white as a superior race. So that's why they would disguise themselves as them. Because if you think about it, like that's what everyone's trying to be, like white or whatever. Mm-hmm. But no, I feel like just be fucking for real.
Yeah, I think it's
just be fucking for real.
I think it's a whole bunch of, honestly, I feel like the history on which we were brought up on and raised in and like taught, I feel like it's all false. Not feel like, I know it's all false. Not all of it. I'm pretty sure some of it's real. Obviously, there has to be some type of God. There has to be some type of, all that stuff. But I personally don't think that all that shit was fake. Everything now is fake. Like all these fires, fake, planned. All that stuff is planned.
All of this, I feel like, is just a lie. We're just unraveling a lies. And that's why I feel like I'm happy we're in the age of Aquarius. Because Aquarius is supposed to be exposing a lot of things. And that's why you see, like, all of these, just, like I said, religion. You see the Pope. He's had African people who he had invited to the church. And he was kissing their feet because he had said that they were leading black people down the wrong, path. Because they knew they took shit out the Bible to make them think that it was something else and that it was not. And so a lot of people are waking up to all of the Vatican shit. And I feel like, to me, why the fuck would y'all believe these white people when they put y'all in slavery? It just don't make sense to me. Regardless of who's the pawn and who's not the pawn, the people who were at the forefront were the white people. Let's just make it make sense. Not even just that, but I just feel like I'm just happy we get to watch everything being exposed and really getting down to the nitty-gritty, because I feel like as a generation of a millennial and a black African-American woman, I think that it's time for a change. It's time for us to really wake the fuck up collectively. And, I'm just ready to see what the world will look like in 5 years, 10 years, shit, even 20 years from now, because everyone is distracted by celebrity shit, regardless of who it is, white, black, purple, green, brown. I think that everyone is so, I guess, focused on material things. We have a whole genocide going on in Palestine. And yes, people are always talking about the women and children, but no, just people, period. That should not be going on. And that's all about some stupid shit, some land. And now everyone in Israel and in Palestine, they're making all these videos on TikTok talking about the real chosen people. Why is there meetings with the people in the US and other countries talking about the problem is black people? Why do you guys feel like in Israel, the problem that you guys has is the new generation of black people? That to me is alarming. And I don't want to care about, this and the third, blah, 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 whatever. That's scary to me. And that's why I feel like us as black people, we need to wake the fuck up, because clearly y'all don't understand the power that you guys possess and the power that you guys hold. Because if a whole country is trying to genocide the Palestinians and they bringing y'all up, why y'all don't see who the fuck y'all are? Like, be fucking for real.
But that's my problem. My problem is it's kind of like telling a bitch who's getting hit, fight back, and she's not fighting back. It's like, bitch, I'm not gonna jump in to help you or keep jumping in to help you or try to stop the situation if you are not gonna sit there and fight back. And that's my main issue with all minorities, every type. I don't care what's the minority in any situation. Because for me, I feel like, yes, I know I'm a minority down, bitch. I'm Hispanic, black, I'm gay, I'm overweight, bitch. Well, to other people, I'm thick, but anyway. So I'm a minority down all the way around. But it's like, at the end of the day, do I walk into any room and see myself as a minority, whether I am or not? No, because I know the power I possess. I know the wisdom I bring to the situation, or what I'm willing to learn. I'm not one-sided. Whatever the case is, it's like I don't about that. I could walk into a room of white people and I'm still gonna have the same energy. Could walk into a room of black people, Spanish people, still have the same energy. At first, yeah, I'm gonna be like, okay, once I loosen up, I'm loosen up. That's it. Loose bottom, butthole, out, everything, don't care. So for me, it's just like, it's crazy to me how we are still living in a time where we have to say things like that. We have to say, wake up. It's like, babe, y'all should have woke up when slavery happened. And y'all, just because slavery stopped, that didn't mean the segregation stopped. Just because Martin Luther King did a speech and Rosa Parks sat in the front of the bus, that doesn't mean that it stopped there. The fight didn't stop there. Similar to the gay shit, we get free marriage and stuff, and all the gays think, oh yeah, we have parades and all that stuff. No, because they're still trying to bring shit back and change laws now and stop drag shows and take out trans and all this stuff. So it's like, either way, there's no winning, but it's like, there's no winning if y'all weak asses just stay weak. And it's like, yeah, we could bring up, because my thing is, we could bring up the celebrity stuff and all that stuff, and yes, that is distractions down 100%, because that's what people mostly talk about. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's all about what you do with your timing and stuff, and what you do with your platforms and things like that. Because it's like, we can spend 20 minutes on talking about hot topics, that's not a problem, but we're also going to sit there and spend another 20 minutes talking about shit like this. But there's platforms where you go to and they're only going to spend their hour-long episodes talking about nothing but celebrity drama. And I feel like that's the problem. You see TikTok, and that's why I know TikTok, a lot of people, say a lot of good things about TikTok, and I know I need to get into TikTok. But me personally, that's why it took me so long to get into TikTok, because I feel like TikTok was another distraction. TikTok was another thing where people were just going on, doing a little two-step dance, and now TikTok's become a whole bunch of different things for a whole bunch of different reasons, whatever. But when it first came out, it was just another distraction. It was just like, which I'm fine with distraction. We all need distraction, because I don't feel like we need to be depressed and going crazy and stuff. I feel like we need to have a good time. We need to be able to laugh. And ultimately, there's still when it comes to celebrity drama and things like that, it's like, your life's in the forefront. And when your life is in the forefront, when I become famous, I can't be mad if I'm on Hot Topic. Baby, I'm famous. I have people watching. Shit you do, people gonna watch. But you put your business out there, you're giving people the green light to speak about it. If I come on camera and I'm crying like, girl, my man this or my family this, if somebody wants to use that as ammo in my comments, I put that out there for them to use that as ammo. So it's free for all around the stage. I just feel like my problem, it really comes to the news channels. It comes to the things like the Shade Room and things like that, when all they do is speak about drama, when those are big platforms, when they should spend some type of time in to be like, okay, well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about how we can help people in the war, or let's talk about shit like that. Bring awareness to that. You go in the Shade Room right now, you see probably one post about the war in the past week, but you see 10 different posts about what's happening with Krishan and Blueface, or pictures of celebrities that we don't need to see because they have their own Instagrams. Why y'all reposting celebrity pictures is weird. So it's just, I think, again, distractions. I think all those news outlets, all that stuff, they just have their ways of just distracting people from what we really need to be focused on, which is getting our mentals right, getting together with energy and spirits and all that stuff, and getting together with life. Because if everybody would just stop the shit, and everybody would just stop the homophobia and the racism and the this and the selectivity, it's just like we all bleed the same blood. I don't care what's the color of your skin. I don't care if you got a dick and you look like a female. I don't care if you got a pussy and you look like a man. I don't care what's the case. We all bleed the same blood, unless you're alien and you bleed different, or maybe don't bleed at all. I don't know. But
more and more people are going to start being the ones who change the dynamics of that religion or spirituality, whatever. But I feel like we need more people to the forefront. Like I'm always saying, kind of music sucks. We need people to go to the back, and we need more people from the back to come to the front, because a lot of shit is corrupt. And we need the chosen ones, the black sheep, whoever you are, whatever you call yourself, to come to the forefront and change the dynamics. We need some of these preachers and pastors to step down, so new ones who really have integrity and morals to really lead the people. Because at this point, it's given the blind leading the blind. So
yeah, one thing about that,
and we can see from the last generation, all you motherfuckers was blind
as fuck, because
y'all didn't question anything. And that's the thing, everyone's just like following. No one questions shit.
Because my thing is, all those things that happened back in the day all comes out now. Like, look, how are you telling me 20-something years after Tupac's alleged murder, y'all sit there and y'all now find the killer? I'm sorry, but it's just everything's just very selective. It's very, I feel like we have selective hearing. Bitch, that was like coming for me, bitch. I'm gonna speak out, bitch. Don't invite me to no Diddy party, bitch. Cause I'm gonna say what I saw, and then what's gonna come, and I'm gonna say no.
I wouldn't even be at on the fucking Diddy party. For one, did you see them videos of them people talking about something when they have to go to these elite parties and Hollywood? They gotta prick their blood. They gotta take their phones. They can't take their phones in there, and that's why you don't see a lot of the shit that be going. Oh, think of that. The Met Gala. Do you guys notice how the Met Gala, them celebrities be taking all that fashion shit, but you never see what the fuck be going on once they go past the inside.
Nothing.
And that is highly weird to the biggest extent.
Wow.
That's highly weird as fuck.
Anna Wintour's a vampire, girl.
Who?
Anna Wintour's allegedly a vampire, or one of those.
Who?
Anna Wintour.
Oh, yeah.
She's the one that went to Met Gala.
No, baby was a fucking reptilian. Well, but
I think she's a vampire.
No. Thinking of this guy, damn, I just listened to my friend.
Boo, bitch! How you motherfucker doing? Hey, hoes, real quick. Now, I'm coming at y'all straight from the editing room. Yes, I'm a little sick under the weather, not feeling too good on this Halloween day, but it's okay, because I'm still going to trick my treat. Hello! Now, let me stop. Okay, so just real quick, I wanted to interrupt this, the podcast real quick to say, okay, so I was having a bit of a technical problem, editing this video. It's giving me a lot of complications editing it, so it was either delete a lot of shit that I need to keep on my devices and save there or whatever, and wait, it was either me do that, it was either me delete the shit that I need that I shouldn't be deleting, just to make space for this long ass motherfucker, because this video long as fuck, bitch. The video y'all seeing right now is watered down by like an hour, bitch. This video in total was like 2 hours and 30 something minutes, bitch. We was really talking it up, so I had to condense and condemn some parts for y'all to keep it, around the time that we keep it, an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes is cute time. The rest of the video is going to be audio. It is not going to be visual, solely because, like I said, dealing with the problems and stuff, technical issues and stuff, and on the device on my laptop is. It's a whole lot of stuff going on with the technical difficulties, and it's either get the video posted today for the Halloween special, or don't post the bitch at all, and bitch, she's going up because I'm determined. So take it easy on me, show me some love. I'm sorry, guys, and continue to enjoy the rest of this episode. Enjoy your motherfucking candy. Don't catch diabetes, bitch. Bye.
You were really getting into it too.
I was. I don't remember.
You said the thing about that was I forgot. It wasn't. We finished on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we're talking about pagan holidays. Which you guys should really look into pagan holidays and really the deep meaning of it. But like how we're uncovering lies and the age of Aquarius.
I'm trying to remember too. I'm like, wait. I'm like, okay, we talk about Valentine's Day, Easter, all that stuff. You were saying something about something being fake. Because I said, okay, we're going to go back to talking about Halloween. Halloween.
And we said something about Halloween. You had mentioned somebody.
I mentioned somebody.
I think you did.
Donald Trump. I did mention somebody.
You mentioned something. But yeah, either way.
Another shot?
That's recording too, right?
Yes, recording.
Okay. I don't remember. Damn.
That's a girl old age. Ain't now
it ain't no fucking.
No, not old age. Not old age for you, girl. Oh, now you on me too, girl. Because I can't remember.
It took so much time with the motherfucking setup.
Girl, I can't remember either. Well, I'm sorry, we don't have the camera.
But you know what? You got your. Yeah, anyways, did you know how do you notice that we don't see all those little sky? Oh shit, it ain't on. Okay. Oh wait, it ain't on.
It's Halloween or tonight, girl. The ghost is fucking with us, girl.
Oh, we was talking about spirits, right?
Yes. We'll remember. I can't remember. We'll remember.
But did you see how do you notice there's no more of those little lines that be in the sky?
Yeah, because if you notice,
they changed the law or something.
No, they changed the law of vision. That's what they did. Because, girl, I feel like I remember how I told you the other day how I woke up and it was like literally you looked like you was in a cloud ball. Like you couldn't see nothing, like at all. So
yeah.
Oh yes, you were talking about your friend and you were going back in the front. Yeah, there you go. Well,
okay. So she sent me a video. My friend, she's very vocal. She's older than me too, but even still, regardless if she's older than me, she's like very like up there vocal shit, right? Mm-hmm. And she sent me a video of what I was talking about, like you know how I do my hypnosis things. Mm-hmm. So there's this guy on TikTok. This guy on TikTok. Okay, in my hypnosis session, of course, I had said like, well, my higher self thing had said that a lot of the celebrities are not real. They're reptilians. 80% to 90% are reptilians. And she sent me this video, and I'm not thinking like I don't think I told her. Yeah, I didn't tell her. Like I tried to tell her like do a hypnosis session because she meditates and stuff like me every day. Mm-hmm. She's very spiritual. She wants to do like a crystal selling business with me, and like we've been talking about it, but for I don't know, girl, because splitting that money. Who doing that? But anyways, she sent me this video. She sent me this video of this guy that's on TikTok, and like I feel like I've been falling out of a real big rabbit hole because he posted a video about how the celebrities are like not real, and he was saying how he feels like the real celebrities are on a secluded island somewhere, blah, blah. And I said, sis, this reminds me of the Disney fucking show, Secret Invasion. I said, in Secret Invasion, I said, you know how they transform, and he's like, take their mind, and blah, blah. And then at that last episode, which is episode 6, the lady comes and asks the Super Scroll girl to come and help them, and she's like, we have a bigger problem, and there's all those political figures, you know, celebrities who are hooked up to something on a bed, and it's a big room of them. And he was saying he was meditating and tapping into that, and he has said in his visions because I feel like everybody has the gift of foresight. We can sit up here and say, oh, we can go to healers and witches because not all witches are bad and not all warlocks are bad. You can go to some that are esoteric as fuck. They can heal you. They can help you and put you on the path of healing and helping you to help you with your spiritual gifts. They're not all bad, and I feel like we just live in a society of negative shit, and we're fearful, and we fear what we don't understand, what we don't know. And so I said, sis, I had already had this on my hypnosis, but I didn't tell her that because like she's on that path, and I've been trying to tell her to get onto it, like, you know, because you know I'm fearful again. And so she was like, wow, wow. So I sent her a clip of mine, and I said, this is what was told to me months ago. But she was just like, wow, do you really feel like this is real? I said, yeah, because something don't make sense. If we have all of these alien beings on this earth, and they've been put in the movies, like I told you, I think I told her too, that I had went back and watched Men in Black movies. If you go back and watch the Men in Black movies, you pick up on so many fucking gems, and even how they say how Earth is in the middle of all of the galaxies. And when you're really in school and you learn about the galaxies and all of the things, like this is going back to my school, right? We this little piece in the galaxy, and all of them come here in the middle of the fucking galaxy to get whatever they're running from. And there's so many movies, Marvel movies that I've been tapping into. I was watching the Garden of the Galaxy, and I watched some other movie, but Earth is always like the number one topic. Yeah, everyone's trying to get here. I don't know why, but everyone's trying to get here from whatever they're escaping in their planet or whatever galaxy they're running from. But when she sent me this video, I was like, sis, it makes a lot of sense because once again, it goes back to the witchy stuff and the alien stuff of they need deception, they need to camouflage, and they need to manipulate pretty much. And I said, yeah, because have you ever looked into these people's eyes? After so long, these celebrities don't look the same no more. And we can sit up and say, oh, plastic surgery. I know bitches that got plastic surgery, but their head shape don't change. Their head form don't change. Their eyes don't start to look really black and different. Like be fucking for real. Like you gotta really, and I feel like they've gotten so much like away with manipulation because it's just like humans are fucking stupid. I really feel like humans are stupid. I just think that they allow, oh well no, you second guess too much. Look at what your eyes are showing you and telling you, and get out of your feelings and your emotions and really see things for what it really is. And then the crazy part about it, they tell you humans are fucking stupid. They're the easiest fucking species or civilization to fucking manipulate. And here you go being manipulated and dumb.
Well, see, I think, one, you said Secret Invasion, and that's crazy because that was the comic book, not the show. Honestly, the show, you have to read the comic book. The show was shit compared to the comic book only because the show just touched the cusp of all that, which kind of really pissed me off. That's why I wasn't a big fan of the show at all. But the comic book, when I read that shit years ago as a kid, was one of the first thing that ever woke me up to those type of things. Because it was literally the first thing ever.
Yeah, the books and things are always better than the
because that comic book really, it talked on your feelings, but also really showed you the human side of the aliens. Like, not really more so just. Because a lot of times people think, well, and I don't want to get too much into it because we got the other conspiracy video, but I feel like they try to make it seem like aliens are so bad or these shapeshifters are so bad, which, in my opinion, I don't feel like they all are. And I don't know if I said this in the first conspiracy video or if I said this off camera. When I asked you, I was like, bitch, what if we are aliens? Like, what if we are one of them and
we're hybrid humans, though.
What the fuck does that mean?
So, like, going back to what I was saying before, the Anunnaki came in. Like I said, we were high-tech beings before, and then the world got created differently, and then we had to go start from scratch. And so the Anunnaki came in. So I said, y'all need to really go look and see the hidden things that the Bible took out. But the Anunnaki were the ones who created different beings of races. That's what it came from. They were experiments. Black people were the ones here first, but the other races are experiments, right? From the Anunnaki. And they were the ones who came down here and started having sex. They call them the fallen angels in the Bible, but they were the ones who came down here and had sex with humans. They made Nephilim giants.
I know what now.
But the civilization that we are now, the DNA was altered. So from the DNA in the civilization, that's why I say like we have ancestors and stuff like that. Is because the DNA that we had and we were attached to, and the lineage we were attached to, was super highly tech and more advanced than humans today. So yes, we are able to tap into our fucking ancestors and things like that because of the way the DNA was altered. But anyways, the Anunnaki, I would say go and research who Anunnaki was, and they were a highly tech. They're supposed to be fallen angels, but they're also highly tech alien civilization as well. But they don't. Their planet is not Earth. They're here to watch us on Earth, and of course they're part of like our ancestors too. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but just research that. But
yeah, I feel like they're all because I don't feel like we're all aliens, but I do feel like feel like
we're not the aliens, but a lot of our ancestors come from.
Well, see, but that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised if some of us are aliens and we just don't know. Like, because there's no way of really like you.
Yeah,
that's why I bring the secret invasion because
Jesus was an alien. That's what he really was, but he was disguised as a human being because he came from the Virgin Mary. The Anunnakis were the ones who implanted him into Mary, not God, but Jesus. God, well, not God, but the Anunnaki planted him into Mary. Mary was also a virgin birth as well. She was not just Jesus was the first one he was not the first person who was a virgin birth. She was, but they were planted because of the Anunnaki. Go and look at the Billy Carson documentaries about that, and that also is in part of the Vatican stories that they took out the Bible.
And I highly, highly, highly recommend for people to really because I feel like it's a fun way of kind of learning about those things if you really look between the lines. Just like sit down and watch Marvel movies and the shows. Like I know it's a lot to get through because y'all are starting years late and it's a lot of episodes, a lot of shows. The movies are 3 hours long. I know it's a lot, but ultimately, and to read. Well, see with the comic. Read in general, yes. Read in general, yes. But I feel like there's some books and some comic books as well that people really need to tap into, like things like the Secret Invasion comic book, maybe even Civil War, like those. Just because they show you things, government and outer world things that we are very oblivious to, but it's like, girl, if you pay attention, that's really you really be like, oh, this character is actually this person in real life. Like, in Civil War, Norman Osborn, I done splitting image of Trump, bitch. You just have to read those things and just be like, okay.
But I feel like Trump is a good or a bad guy. Who do you think he's? I feel like he's a 50-50.
I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like Trump plays both sides.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's a situation where it's like we want him to be the bad guy so bad because he does do bad things. We're not gonna say he hasn't. But I feel like ultimately, we'll be honest, Trump is not a bad guy.
I feel like Trump plays both sides.
I feel like he plays both sides.
Trump has to play both sides only because
that's his contract.
If he cannot play both sides, because let's be fucking for real, all of the presidents are all related, even Trump, and they're part of the 13 bloodlines bullshit. But not even just that, but I feel like Trump, he probably is the only one. And not to say this is because he's a Gemini, but I feel like he's the only one that's like, bitch, these are my rules. I want to do what the fuck I want to do. Y'all can't control me type of thing. Because let's be honest, the presidents don't really have no power. They got to do what everybody else tells them to do. But I do feel like he is the bad guy because of the whole border shit and all the children being in cages. And I do feel like he was part of the agenda where all these missing children went missing and probably sacrificed.
I feel like it depends on what context we're talking about, and also if we decide to go in a deeper route, if we decide to go in the route of is he just doing the bidding of what someone else is telling him to do? Is he just again back to the word pawn? I feel like what if he just the higher being or whoever is behind him? Because if you go back into the conspiracy thing, we talk about New World Order. Everybody always says the three people at the top of the NWO is the Illuminati is Beyonce, Jay-Z only because That's her wife.
Mhm.
That's her husband. So you need the heir apparent because it's rumored that Beyonce the head honcho, and then you got Trump up there too. And it always said that they were the ones like high in that thing. And you think about it,
I don't think they're high ones. No,
not the highest, but they're high in rank.
I feel like for the Illuminati, no. I feel like for the 13 bloodlines come first. They're not the. I feel like they're pawns, but they're not the big honchos. I feel like they're the big honchos to urban community. I don't think they're the big honchos because the big honchos are the 13 bloodlines, and you guys should really go do research on that. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, those companies. Even Oprah, I would say even Oprah is over.
Yeah, but I don't think they're the biggest, but I think they're big because in the sense that if you think about it,
I feel like Beyonce and I feel like Jay-Z and I feel like Trump wouldn't be the top ones only because I feel like they play both sides. I feel like not even just they play both sides, but I do kind of feel like in a sense because even like with Beyonce, we can say oh she's part of Illuminati, but when you think about it, she's doing a lot of Oshun witchcrafty stuff that's uplifting and
her mom's
that she's her mom's definitely you can look at her her mom's definitely a witch, but well I wouldn't say that she's a witch. She's beyond. I wouldn't say she's a witch only because I kind of feel like I'm not gonna lie. I just kind of feel like witches are not powerful as we make them. I feel like witches are only powerful as long as you make them powerful.
Well, I feel like I call
because they thrive.
All I know what to call
because I feel like they thrive off of your deception and your dumbness. That's what I truly feel. I don't think that she's a witch. I feel like she's something of another being, but and you could definitely see it in her eyes. But I feel like Beyonce definitely taps into a lot of Oshun African spirituality. So she's another one. To me, I feel like she does both sides. Trump plays both sides. Jay-Z, both sides. The conspiracy theories with Jay-Z and him living like there's pictures of him in the old like pictures of like 19 something and like this is Jay-Z but that's not Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. Them is kind of like crazy. I don't know. Well, they said, but then they said the reptilians live for thousands of years. Yeah. So it's like that's why I feel like they're not human witches.
They didn't start. You look at how Beyonce when she was in Destiny's Child. Beyonce was Beyonce. That was not whatever the lizards or the aliens, whatever came in.
Like I said,
you can see it.
Do I believe she may be her real self is on an island somewhere? Yeah. Yes,
but, I don't believe. I believe spaceship.
That's a higher being technology. But I do think with the higher being technology and whatever they're doing with the reptilian shit, I do feel like it's kind of plays on the borderline of like Get Out, where they are tapping in and tapping out, tapping in, tapping out, because she does portray a lot of African spirituality. Trump, I do feel like he taps in, taps out, taps in, taps out. And that's exactly and you can see he's a good person, but then you see this other shit that I feel like he has no control over, but it looks like he's part of the fucking perverted shit.
But see, that's exactly why they are.
The perverted shit is highly Trump. The perverted shit is highly there. Perverted shit. He was definitely on Jeffrey Epstein Island, and he was definitely with a lot of young women.
For me, the reason why I say they're high beings is not. Yes, I know the Rockefellers, all that stuff, but the reason why I say they're high beings is because it's not like Rockefeller's gonna post on Twitter, everybody's gonna follow. The reason why I say that high beings because we live in a time of social media.
They have social media.
No, I know, but
we just don't know about it because we don't sit up here and really look into what the fuck going on because they actually have a YouTube channel. Yeah, TikTok just found out that the Rothschild or the Rockefellers just got a fucking YouTube channel. And they've been posting for a mad long time about how rich they are and this and that and that. Because no one knows about them, they aren't so popping. But now, I guess shit is blowing up now because people are finding out. But they definitely aren't out and about.
But that's why I say that Beyonce
they're gonna expose
and all them Oprah, all them are big is because we live it. See, back then in the older times when social media wasn't a big thing, I would say the 13 blood, whatever the fuck they called, they were the ones who they whatever. But as far as social media and the following and the followers and all those things concerned, Nobody gives a, if you ask anybody on the street who's Rockefeller or who's all the, nobody knows who the fuck they are. But
No,
you ask
they
who
actually
Beyonce
do.
is to some people.
They
If you
do.
ask people my generation,
Because it's been trending on fucking TikTok.
but
this whole
people
week.
my age, they don't. People,
They
that's what I'm saying.
should.
I'm
Wake
speaking
the fuck
on,
up.
and that's why I speak on people my age, because it's like people my age are dumb. That's why I hang out with people older and speak with people older, because people my age, they're oblivious to this shit. You ask somebody my age who the fuck Rockefeller is, they're gonna tell you, New York, the Rockettes, bitch, they're dumb. But you ask a bitch like me, I know about it and stuff, but you ask them who Beyonce is, Jay-Z, Trump, Oprah. That's why I say they're, at least with the people my age, those people would be to us the higher beings. Because if Beyonce says something where everybody says, for I don't understand why people say we're living on Beyonce's internet. I don't understand why they're saying it. But you think about it, we are living in Beyonce's internet in a sense. So it's like,
I don't think so.
Well, I say Beyonce's internet in a
It depends on what the fuck your algorithm is.
a running
Because we'd be like, girl, Beyonce is demonic as fuck.
No, but they say Beyonce's internet because I found out about it earlier. Actually, Beyonce's internet because she watches everything, all that stuff. But that's why I agree to Beyonce's internet, because if Beyonce is what everybody says she is, she's the devil, witch, whatever the fuck she is. It's like,
oh,
girl, those people have their eyes everywhere. Those people, whether they're pawns, whether they're sent, whether they're not making no decision or not, those people are the people we look up to. If Beyonce says run, we're jumping.
No, we're not.
Not us, Beyonce as a human race.
No,
us.
You have not seen the hate train. Thinking of, since Beyonce had this concert, do you not know how many Christians been making so many videos? Muslims who making so many videos about her concert because she has been portraying the portal shit and her legs open up.
Oh, we saw that. Since the world tour.
But not even just that. No, it's deeper now. Yeah, we have whatever. But now the videos have been a whole lot deeper than what it was. And I think that people are waking up. I actually feel like people are waking up. Because before, you saw maybe one or two people. And honestly, back then, you only saw people who were working with her speaking out, and they never took them serious. Like the girl who said, oh, Beyonce has been doing witchcraft on me. People clowned that girl. People clowned her, and then she tried to sue her. That was clownery. People were like, girl, please, Beyonce, the beehive's on her ass now. You make a whole show sworn. Everyone's on that person's ass. Now, people are really being like, yo, this is weird. They're analyzing certain things. They're seeing how she changed the lyrics to certain things. The whole thing is a fucking portal. Why are y'all going to that thing?
See, but that's my thing. That's why I feel like, I say like the age plays into it, just because, see, people may be waking up to it, but again, that's people maybe 25 and up, or maybe even older than that. Mm-hmm. People my age, when I'm out in the clubs or when I'm around people my age, we're not having these conversations. And if I bring up these type of shit, if I say anything bad about Beyonce, I've said it in front of other people, I don't really think, I'm like, I don't really think this and that. And they go off. But that's people my age. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, we're waking up to it, but it's people who are older. In my opinion, the people who need to wake up to it is the people that are my age and stuff. Because by the time people who are in their late 30s... Do you feel like
people your age really like Beyonce music like that? Like die hard? Like the people...
I think people my age is one or two things. It's either they are diehard fans. I don't know people who live, because I love Beyonce. When it comes to music and a performer, everything with Beyonce, I live and love Beyonce because I grew up with her, yes. But there's also the delusional fans, or the fans who are in a trance and are
that's
in.
The correct
so
word,
that's what I'm saying. It's like people are waking up, but that's older people. So it's like, you think about it, it's like the late 30s or the older 40s. By the time they have gotten everybody to wake up, they'll be reaching their deathbed or their end of days or whatever the case is. So it's like the people my age need to wake the fuck up, because them motherfuckers are so slow and so sleep.
I don't think
that by the time we wake.
No,
I
because
when was the last time I had a conversation with a 22-year-old that had not like me, but I had a conversation with a 22-year-old.
Well, my friend Alexis, hey girl, my Alex friend, she's 23. She's not really like a diehard Beyonce fan. I personally don't know a lot of younger 20-something that's why I said, are you a diehard? Like, I don't think that. Not to say that she's died out by that age, but I do feel like it's not the same as the people who are 25 and up, and maybe even older than me, because even people who are older than me, I'm 31, they're like, I'm not really feeling it, the new concert type concept shit. You know what I'm saying? Like even my age, like I'm 31, I'm not a diehard Beyonce fan. I ain't gonna lie, it's some songs that I really will bop in her last album I like because I kind of feel like it was more Chicago. Not uplifted, but for me personally, coming from Chicago, it was that house music.
Yeah.
It was a house music vibe, and Chicago is known. Well, Chicago, we know we started house music. We started house music, and so it reminded me of home. You know, but if it wasn't, it was some other shit. I wouldn't really.
But guess what? You just said
but
exactly
that.
She made that type of music.
Yeah.
And that type of music to us now in this generation would be considered gayish music because you really only hear that music if you go to a gay club.
Well, no, here. Well, I feel like in LA, but in Chicago, that's not considered.
Well, in some places, no, yeah, but even in New York, you can't. You went to a regular club in New York, you're hearing trap, you're hearing hip hop, you're hearing shit like that.
Yeah.
You really only do. I'm saying predominantly you're gonna hear that type of music. In some
it
places,
depends where you at.
Chicago, yeah, but in at least LA, things like that. You're going to those. You only really hear Beyonce or that type of music if you go to that type of club. So it's like, and she said it herself though. This album was dedicated to gay people because of her uncle. Yeah. So ultimately, it's like,
it's like if you think about it, actual house music.
Yeah. If you think about it though, it's like that's why she's so. That's why people my age are so easily swayed and became hardcore fans or are in the trance because she played to that type of this type of era, this type of
generation. Not even just that, but I do kind of feel like people are kind of over the hard trap music.
People been over that, girl. I'm over that. We all over that.
I think that's what it really was.
Yeah, and if we're being honest,
because at the time that she dropped her album, and this is another thing too, I feel like a lot of them they use numerology, but a lot of them be knowing like when to drop their albums and stuff. And around the time Beyonce dropped that shit, wasn't nobody really talking about no real shit and nothing sustainable. And
she's the only album that I can remember that is
what's the fucking word? I use it all the time. Timeless.
Yeah, because if people could say what they want about the album, because when I first heard it, I was like, but then when I heard it after, girl, that album is. I can play "Baby Come Over," bitch. I could play "Plastic on the Sofa." I could play any of those songs years from now at the cookout. So it's like, but also that's why also
cookout. That's the cookout music.
It's the cookout music.
We say house music in Chicago, but that's really cookout.
That's the cookout music, yeah. Because girl, but for me, I also feel like honestly, whether we think about whatever it is, with all these beings and stuff, even with people could say things about the Kardashians, in my opinion, I don't care. Well, we still have a lot to figure out when it comes to aliens, all that stuff, whatever. Who's fake, who's not.
Yeah.
But if we're saying how it is, girl, Beyonce, the Kardashians. Those are people who
are not human.
Not yes, but besides that, but whether they're not human or not, Beyonce, the Kardashians, and some other people I just can't think about them right now. Those bitches are smart. Whether they're not human or not, them bitches are smart because they know how to work things like you said. Look, Beyonce dropped the thing. Then as soon as she drops the end of the tour, what happens? She announced the visuals coming out, and now it's rumored that those are not even the actual visuals. That's just the movie because she always do a special. So that's just gonna be the special. The visuals been working on because people got some tea, and the gays be talking because I know people who know T.S. Madison and stuff. T.S. Madison's a little bit too much, but yeah. So the point is, them bitches is smart. And that's one thing you can't take away from them bitches. Them bitches is about their bag and they know how to work and make. Whether we're woke or not,
they tell you that though.
Yeah, but that's why from a business standpoint, as a person, entertainment, I could respect them for that because it's like whether people are thinking one way about them or not, whether people think they're witches, aliens, whatever is going on behind the scenes, people still find a way to watch, listen, love them, buy their products because they know what the fuck they're doing. It's not like other aliens that
I feel like no, I'm not that. I feel like that's because we look at it as people, they're buying this, they're buying that, but you gotta understand there's a lot of people in the world that's not real neither. We have a lot of NPCs, we have a lot of, but I do feel like the real people are not falling into that.
Yeah,
the people who have real souls. Because you gotta think about it. People who have real souls, right? If this world is a simulation, and people who have real souls, they try to distract you the most, and they try to, get you to be the one that crossed that path instead of going the path that you were destined to be on. So they say there's 8 billion people on this earth.
And how many people do you think is
and
real?
They say maybe 10 to 20% of that are real.
Exactly.
So that means at least 7 billion at least are fucking fake.
Exactly.
The rest are fake. I mean, the rest are real. Not even, but this is a fake. It's fake mathematics. All right. So if you seeing everybody else follow into that bullshit and you know what it is and what it's not, you're gonna be like, oh, well, if you're the real soul, but you're following fake souls, you're gonna think to yourself, like, maybe I should follow the trend. No, stay on the path that you're supposed to stay on. If you know and you see that this don't make sense and this ain't real, why follow souls that ain't even fucking real?
But you see what Matthew just said? You said 10 to 20% is real. Then you take away the percent of people who are actually woke and standing to that wokeness.
And that's what I'm saying.
It's like 3% of us.
Not 3%. I wouldn't say 3%.
If it's 10%,
I feel like it could have been 3% maybe a couple of years ago. But the percent of people who have been like really saying and talking and making, I mean, I've saw countless videos of the shit. I don't think
more people are waking up, but then also I like to
and even not even just the videos that people are making, but if you really watch the comments that people are saying, it's going down. Like even what's that fucking interview that I had just recently seen? What the fuck is that guy name? I can't remember the guy's name, but he had a video interview with like some certain celebrity, and they're talking about Tasha K. Tasha K. She had a video talking about celebrity stuff, and she was just saying how a lot of these celebrities are like going down the drain, and we're tired of seeing them. And I'm like, we've been fucking tired of seeing them. But how they were saying how the numbers are going down, and then you see the celebrities posting on their own personal Instagrams, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go harder," this and third. No need. Not trying to be shady, but honestly, there's no need because we're tired of you because you're not authentic. I feel like a lot of the higher celebrities, if you really look into the research, a lot of them use astrologists and they use numerologists. You cannot fake the energy. You cannot go against the energy. And that's why I always tell people, like, get your birth chart reading, because what's in the stars and like I said, we're going back to the Egyptian times. What's aligned for you in the stars and the planets and things like that, and the retrogrades, and we have so many eclipses. Today's 28th, we have eclipse and things like that. It's not in your birth chart. So you going against the grain, it's going to make it worse for you. And that's why a lot of these celebrities are going down. Just like how what's her name? Doja Cat was having all those issues with her album, and they were just like, she said her fans like, stop following me. I don't fucking care about this, blah. And a lot of people were on TikTok going through her birth chart and saying like, it's because it's time for her to like get rid of this and have a whole new rebirth. But she kind of went to this demonic shit, which was not in alignment with her birth chart. So it makes sense to why certain things are just not aligning for people. And like even Jayhbic Smith, somebody had her birth chart on TikTok, and it was interesting to see how they had brought up the fact that Will Smith had said that she is hard to love. In her birth chart, her whole purpose in this lifetime was to figure out how she wants to be loved. That's why I said, and if you go back to like Jay-Z, you said he was like the lead person of Beyonce, blah, blah, blah. He made a whole album, 444. That's numerology, astrology. And a lot of the times, if you listen to that album, 444, I always tell people, go back and listen to people in listen to this song and what they're saying, because y'all let these lyrics go over y'all fucking heads for real. And Jay-Z, he was putting in his album a lot of fucking shit. Even Michael Jackson. Go back to Michael Jackson songs. They've been doing all this astrology and morality shit. But it goes way, way back than what the fuck we think it is. And even in Jay-Z thing, he was saying dropping gems about 444, which is protection of your ancestors. But a lot of things we just take and it go over our head.
But that's why I feel like
it's just go over our head.
I feel like a lot of people, I feel like there's two types of people. I feel like people that's completely not woke and people that's way too woke. because I feel like there's no in between. There's no people who are also understanding that it's okay to be woke, but it's also we have to understand. Maybe if we're living in a game, if we're living in whatever world we're living in, we have to feed into that game. We have to.
You gotta play chess, not checkers.
That's what I'm saying. If we're in a game of Uno, bitch, and you already know, like I'm a Uno pro, bitch. I be knowing I'm gonna win. I say all the time before we go into, I'm going to win.
Yeah.
And my cards can be whack, and I will purposely fuck around with people and keep picking up. Just for me to end up unoing out and still be a winner or whatever. That's how I feel like we need to take life. It's like you can be aware of the situation, you could be woke of a situation, but it's like don't isolate yourself or become too, because at that point you become a target. When you're too
I wouldn't say isolate yourself, but I would definitely say like in my point of like just getting a birth chart reading. Because it will let you know when things work for you and when things are not working for you based off of the planets, the stars, what's going on. Like how we said, like there's an eclipse going on right now. It was eclipse on the 14th of what was it? Thursday, Friday 13th, was eclipse on the 14th. Now there's eclipse today and then full moon. So align yourself. Alignment is the focal point. Alignment, because no matter how you may think and this and that and the third, if it's not aligning, it's not aligning. Stop trying to push the line.
But see, I mean, and
that's what it goes to what I said with the Doja thing.
Isolate yourself in the way of isolating things.
I'm not saying isolate yourself.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that we have those people in the world who are either, when they're too woke, they're isolating their way of thinking. They're isolating their way of thinking to the sense that it's like, okay, well, this person's fake, this person's an alien, this person that, rather than taking the situation and saying, like how you said earlier, you can see some type of human acts in some of these people.
Yeah.
That's why when people go in on certain people, like Beyonce, like Kim, or like all these people, I don't sit there and feel so strongly like, oh, they're alien, fuck them, cancel them forever, because at the end of the day, you see the humanism in them, and ultimately you think about the fact that if those people are, not human, but look,
but they have to relate to human because that's part of their deception.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if they're locked up in wherever the fuck they're locked up at, when you're tapped into that conscious or a person's conscious type, you see, like with the Kardashians now. If you watch this show now, you can see the difference from them years ago to them now.
Yeah.
And that's why I like their show now. I didn't like their show before, because their show before was very just characters. They were trying to portray this perfect lifestyle. So whether it is the alien in them trying to show more human sides, which in my opinion, I don't feel like in that case is that, because they had 10 or 13 seasons of the old show, which they could have been done that.
Yeah.
They were just trying to show the perfect image. I see it as some of those people who are aliens or whatever, or not human, whatever, their consciousness, they're tapping into some type of consciousness, so they are able to put it into their music and show us hints and stuff. And it's like a cry out for help, and to us, it's going over our head. It's going over our head as, oh, that's a fire song. But really, they just said something like that song with Drake's son, and I showed you it, and I didn't pick nothing to say. Then you pointed out to me. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like whether they're aliens or not, they are trying to tell us and show us things, and they're screaming out for help.
Yeah, that's why I said the get out concept, because I feel like, what I said, the get out concept is how in Get Out, the guy was still able to come, like, how he took the picture of the guy who was in Get Out, and then the guy was telling him, like, get out of this motherfucking place. But you know what I said? Because that photo made him snap back into his soul, even though another soul was taking over his body. So when you're like, if you do the research for reptilians, right, and even on the secret invasion, I say secret invasion only because that's the quickest thing that humans can inceptualize. But it's like something else has taken over your body and controlling. They're the driver, and you're the passenger. They're the driver. You're the passenger. And so when certain things may happen, just like how Kanye West is having certain episodes, we call it episodes, but that's not really what the fuck is going on, you know. So yes, Kardashians now, well, their ratings, don't make sense right now.
They're bad.
They're bad because we don't care to hear them, because we are waking up to them. But I will say this with the whole thing, like the video my friend had sent me. The guy was saying he was having dreams and he was having premonitions and he was meditating on certain celebrities, and that's how he saw what I had, whatever. But the thing about it is, I don't think there's a thing of being over woke. I think there's a thing of just being consciously aware of certain things because you don't want to get trapped in that vicious cycle of what everyone is in of being dumb. There's no other way to put it besides being dumb. You know this is a distraction. Why would you be distracted? You know that things are triggering. Why? Like, that's like somebody saying like, "I'm gonna do something to piss Ashley off," but I see the bigger picture, and I know you're trying to do something to piss me off, and I'm gonna let you to allow you to be under my skin. Why would I? That's the dumbest thing. That's the dumbest thing. So it's just like when you're fully aware and conscious, and I think that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be raising consciousness. We're not supposed to just be like, oh, this is a distraction. Let me get distracted. No, that's
No,
not what we're
yes,
supposed
you're
to be
definitely
doing.
supposed to call out.
But
the
I
distractions.
feel like, yeah, people are bringing up to the Kardashians too. That's why their ratings are low.
But-
That's not their ratings are not low for nothing. Their ratings are low because people are fucking waking up to them.
I think it's.
There's no other way around it. Everyone's
when it
looking
comes
different.
to-
They look alienized. I mean, and even the whole Kanye West thing, everyone's waking the fuck up. I think that even living in LA, you can really see it a lot with the weird shit. But not even just that, but it's pretty fucking obvious. I feel like this is the thing, when you really understand, I feel like when you really understand certain things, it's hard to like make it not make sense. Like it's hard to fake it and be like, oh, let me just fake, because energy don't lie. I don't give a fuck what it is. Energy does not lie. So you can sit up here and be like, oh, I can see certain things, but you're gonna feel that shift in your body. You're gonna feel like this something's not right. I don't care what no one says. You cannot fake energy, and you're gonna feel when shit is not right and when shit just seems weird. And I'm gonna say this for myself because like I said before in the past, like I've worked events and I've actually seen Kim Kardashian. I've actually seen Kendall Jenner in person, and I felt like, damn, like they look different in person. They look, it's just a weird energy. You can't fake that shit. You just can't. I don't give a fuck how much you can be, and that's another thing too. You have to be conscious, aware of what the fuck you're feeding your soul. What you're taking in all day off of social media and what the fuck you're taking in all day off on TV. And that's why even lately I have a long list of fucking TV things, shows, and movies I need to watch. I have not even turned on a fucking TV to watch shit because my life just don't revolve around it no more. Like it's just like people are waking up, and I don't know how many times I can say that, but people are waking up. People are waking up. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Besides, people are waking up to the shit. And even and I can't even, and personally for me, I can't say it's an age range thing because I have people older than me, I have people who are younger than me who are saying the same things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know. And I can say different states. Because I don't know that many people in LA. Yeah. I know a few people in LA. I have a few old co-workers that I made, but even people, and maybe that's the thing. Maybe I know a lot of people because a lot of my folks are from Chicago. And Chicago, I feel like it's more advanced than a lot of other cities and states. But and maybe because that's Midwest, you know, Chi-Town. But I just kind of feel like people are more.
But maybe you're also saying that because your algorithm and things like that. Because again,
in order for my algorithm to be that way, because I feel, let me say the algorithm. They are listening to what the fuck we're saying right now.
Popeyes, bitch,
they're listening to what the fuck we're saying right now. So our algorithm too, really, they listen to our phone calls. Yeah. They listen to all that shit. So we can say algorithm, but honestly, y'all are spying.
No, they're listening. And that's how they know what to look at. But that's
y'all
what I'm
are
saying.
spying.
That's what I'm saying because I that's why.
No, I was trying to see if I put my juice in that.
I just stay off. I mean, people are waking up, but off of me being, you know, I just say things off of me being outside, me being around people, and that's why a lot of times when I am outside, why people always tell me, "Oh, we don't see you out a lot," and things like that. It's because when I'm outside, I'm surrounded and seeing nothing but people who are slow, who are dumb, who are blind, who no. I'm just speaking of people I'm around.
Not slow and blind.
No, period. Because again, I've been around many people. If we were to go out right now, when we go out right now, if
we were to link up with 5 people I know out here in LA, or just people that I know, drag, whatever, just people, and we sit down and have a conversation like this, they're tuning out, zoning out, changing the conversation, getting bored, getting defensive, whatever the case may be. For me, that's slow, that's dumb, that's blind. Because you either don't want to have the conversation because you're scared of reality, because you're trying to avoid reality, or because you're part of the problem.
I would say they're scary. I would say they're more NPCs.
But that's what I'm saying. You're not real, and that's why I say, yeah, we may be waking up, but I feel like you're also,
because I will say a lot of the younger generation to me is more receptive of knowledge than older.
Well, only more receptive because we're living in a time now where it's like we're growing up in a time where it's like we're seeing how it's easier to be accepted for being this, for being that. Now we have all these different type of non-binary, pansexual, all these different things. So it's like with the younger generations, like yes, we are more open to it because it's like that's kind of, well, not we, because I feel like it's a little younger than my age range or whatever. That's more open to things, more receptive to it because it's like, okay, they're open to it. Y'all older, not you because you're not a part, but older than that is like older generations. They're not receptive to it because they grew up very one-sided. They grew up very knowing this black and white, straight and gay. If you're this, you're wrong. If you're that, you're this. You have to be a woman. You have to cook in the house and take care of the kids. If I'm a man, I gotta work at that. That's just. I feel like it's all really society and age. I feel like age does play into it because.
Sometimes, because you know what, you got them. Okay.
And where you from too? Because we live in LA.
Because so I got 2 older friends I love to death, but one older friend, she's like woke, and I really hate to say the phrase woke, but I feel like she's at the. I'm gonna say this. This is my comprehension of woke. It's not that she's woke; it's the fact that she's open-minded. That's what really is. She's open-minded to new things. She understands the world is changing. She understands the stars, the moon. She understands the different energies. She feels different energies. She's very empathic as fuck. And I like to talk to her because sometimes I learn a lot from her too. I'm younger than her, and she is one of the older people I feel like I learn from. My other older friend, which is older than her, not open-minded, and that's what it really is, open-mindedness. And it's just I feel like she learns more from me than I learn from her, and it's frustrating because I feel like I like to have older friends to learn from, and she's just the older friend I don't learn from because I like to read. I have so many audibles. I have books that I have. Like, I love to read because I feel like they put a lot of things in reading. Like, you said, comic book stuff, like reading. I love that. I love to watch shows too, but I love to read. And I love to listen to articles. And so, with her, I don't feel like I learn as much. I feel like I'm pouring more into her to be open-minded. And it's like, sis, I get it, the time you were from. You get the time that you're from. You should know, 2023, it's time to change those ideologies. And I think that's the problem with a lot of older people. And I'm not going to say all, because like I said, my other friend, she's different from that. She's like the total opposite from that. And I love the way that she thinks. And maybe because she's an Aquarius, I don't know, but I love the way that she thinks. But I do feel like, and I have friends who are like your age or maybe a year or so older, and they're very open-minded. Like my younger friend, she's very like, I want to learn as much as I can. She's not even in college school. She just decided, after high school, she wasn't going to, but she had a baby, but she didn't want to, go to college, and she had a kid and did that. But she's very like open-minded, where she wants to really learn different things and read and stuff like that. And I feel like that's one thing too. Like, people don't like to read. And I feel like you should want to take in as much. I feel like we're never going to stop learning until we die.
Well, on the contrary of the reading, it's not that I don't like to learn. I just don't like to read.
Yeah.
I listen to audio. I listen to a book.
Yeah.
I watch a TV or movie or documentary. I just personally, too many words give me a headache. It gives me anxiety.
Really?
It's like
no.
It does. No, honestly, like I try. The most I can read is a comic book, but because honestly, the comic books I read have a lot of words and some complicated words. But it's just something like the pictures, all that makes it fun, makes it animated. I'm more of a visual person. That's the thing. It's like I can't sit here. I tried reading, like I did.
That's why I say audiobooks.
Yeah.
I will say there are certain books I really want to read and don't want to hear the audible, but that's only because like if it's like a self-help, like motivational book, I'll get my highlighter and I'm ready to go. That's it. But if it's more like a serious book, I think that I probably would just want to take the audible route and just watch like you know, like how the audible is going, like visual, like talking. I want to just hear the audible, just like looking at the words as it's playing.
Yeah, something like that.
I have to see the words as it's going by. Like I don't know, something about. I think it in more.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to reading, that just comes to somebody's mental. Because me personally, the last book I read was when I was in 6th grade, Fault in Our Stars. I stopped after chapter 4. No, it was 8th grade, maybe 7th. But I'm not gonna lie, and it's also because when I was
have mandatory reading. No,
I feel really.
We had mandatory reading.
Well, no, we were supposed to read books, but the problem was we weren't reading in public school. We wasn't reading books like educational books. We were reading fucking books like The Mockingbird and all those books, which is really good books. I'm not gonna lie, because honestly, watching the movies and we watching
Mockingbird case
To Kill a Mockingbird.
No,
you probably did that. Well, To Kill a Mockingbird, I'm not gonna lie. That shit was real good. But I didn't read the book. When we watched things in the class, and whenever it came to the reading homework, I would just look up what the answer is. So it was easy for me to pass the class, but no, I didn't. Yeah, reading for me I get bored when I read, and I try implementing it into my life now. But no, like even with comic books now, I can't like.
You know what I did? I feel like for me, just read a chapter at a time.
No, I try. I like earlier this year. Because I had this thing where I just like going into like fun places, and comic book stores are fun place, all the fun things and whatever. So I would sit there whenever I go into a comic book store. I always spend more than $100, and always bring mad books home. And I can tell you the amount of books I bought over the past year, and have not finished mine. And I tried, like I'll sit there and I'll put into my agenda, my daily agenda, like take 20 minutes, just at least 20 minutes, just to read a couple pages or whatever. And I would do it some days, and I would feel proud of myself. But it's not for me. Reading is not for everybody. Reading is fundamental. Reading is definitely fundamental. It's fundamental, but like I said, I don't read these books, but I read these bitches. Don't matter. But real quick, to bring it back to Halloween before we end this episode, what's a Halloween a time of Halloween that you remember that was iconic for you? For me, would be, I think, I don't remember if it was 2014, 2015, or 16, but it was Halloween, and that was when Purge was popping. So everybody, the whole Purge, so everybody, we went on got a Purge mask. When I tell you, everybody had a Purge mask. That day we all wore, yes, and we all wore black, and we all like just did blood all over and bought weapons and stuff. And let me tell you what happened, bitch. We was on the news and everything, girl. So the Purge was so serious that year. There was this thing on Facebook going around where everybody in the Bronx decided to purge. Now we think it's a big purge party. 5, 6 o'clock hit. I will never forget, bitch. We were all linking up on Simpson. We were on the corner to HP, bitch.
Simpson, they have a block called Simpson?
Yeah, there's a block called Simpson. Yeah. That was a block, bitch. That was where the bitch was fighting too, bitch. Right there
in the Bronx.
Yup, in the Bronx, bitch. The Simpson, we go right there into a circle, and for the what was it? 1,000. That was the name of the building. 1,000, bitch. We go there and we fight right there. Bitch, on Simpson. But anyway, so we linked up on Simpson, then we went over to the Boulevard, and that's where everybody was supposed to be meeting for the Purge. When I tell you, we saw hundreds of motherfuckers just coming, rowdy as fuck, stopping traffic, and they were just like, hey, just screaming, running the streets. And it was rampage. Knocking over trash cans. Somebody ran up to a baby in a stroller and started teasing the baby. And when the mom said move,
oh my god,
they knocked over the carriage. I never forget. It was fucking mayhem. When I tell you, the cars were beeping, people were jumping on cars.
I'm sure,
it was
the traffic in New York was a fool.
It was literally like the Purge. Like they were just going off, just knocking shit down, just screaming, yelling. And what did we do? We were a Purge team. We were supposed to be a part of it. We just said, let's just go. We didn't start pushing nothing. Yeah. We just started running with the crowd or whatever. Running on the corner, the cops. Cops everywhere. My friend, when the cops come, I'm like, bitch, I'm not running for no cops. Yeah. So I asked my gang friends who were going along with them, I said, text me where y'all going, where the meetup spot. I'll meet y'all there. I'm not running from no cops. So me and the girls, we all split up in the area. We just went to different stores, pretending like nothing, and whatever. While we split up, one of my girls, she stay outside like a dumbass and gets trampled over by the motherfucking crowd.
Damn.
Bitch, we gotta wait and call the ambulance for the whole, because her knee came out of place because they trampled the bitch over. She rolled over. They was kicking and stepping over this bitch. It was that many people. We had to call the ambulance for this bitch because her knee came out of place.
Yeah, sure.
When I tell you, it was mayhem. I wouldn't. That was probably. It was a mess, and I did go home after because I was like, bitch, this shit is going. And later on that day, thank God I went home because later on that day, there was on news. People, they ended up going to I don't know if you ever seen one on Facebook by the Yankee Stadium. There's like that area where that McDonald's, all that stuff. Always shit happens in the news there, and people was getting stabbed, shot, all that. So I said, thank God I went home, bitch, because you know everybody purging, all the gangs come out. You see a rival game. It was a whole lot of going on that day.
Was you in New York when it was what is it called? Still in our stores.
Loitering, yeah.
Yeah, loitering. Okay.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, you was loitering.
I wasn't.
I was Chicago.
No, okay. Well, I was never the loiterer. I was just the accomplice. I was the one behind the wheel. I was the one.
Yeah, I was the driver too. I was the driver.
Yeah, it was. You know, the gang brothers. Yeah, I was just The gang brothers would be like, oh, you know, we're going here, and you know, they go handle, and I just stay in the car like a pretty little girl. And then when they hop in, say drive, bitch, I'm gonna listen. Yeah. So yeah, that was one of my most iconic Halloweens. I will never forget the Halloween for real. It was traumatic. A lot of shit happened that night, but it was funny. What was the most iconic Halloween you had?
Honestly, I think all of my Halloweens in Atlanta was fun. Because Atlanta is the club. Look, you want? Oh, no. Actually, no. It was New Orleans. It was New Orleans.
Ooh.
So I was living in Atlanta, and me and my ex lived together. We went to New Orleans for Halloween, and then my friend from Chicago, he met us. Oh, yo. Let me tell you, besides the food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, New Orleans is the only place that's next door, like hand in hand, and has good food like Chicago. But when I tell you, we had to stay at a nice hotel, and I got some good ass photos. We was crazy drunk.
Oh shit.
I would just watch some Snapchats on my phone from New Orleans. When I tell you, it was a vibe. It was a fucking vibe. And they had girls outside who would like kiss you with shots. Like they'll put a shot in their mouth, and then you like drinking like shot with them. We did that. I mean, there was this old lady who had this little trumpets and music, and she's like playing and like twerking and shit. She's like an old lady. That we would go to all of the spots on what is it called? Whatever it's called. But New Orleans for Halloween, the place to go. I think my favorite Halloween was in New Orleans.
I would assume that though, because they're into all that, you know, mass, Mardi Gras, witchery, all that type of
The whole strip that everyone goes on, everyone's fucked up. They have the casinos, they have all the good food. I mean, it's a good fucking time. The whole street is blocked off. There's no cars. Everyone's in the middle of the street twerking, pumping. Everyone's loving each other. I mean, it's a good time. There's no violence. I mean, it's a good time. It's a good time in New Orleans.
That's why.
It's a good time in New Orleans.
I'm not gonna.
And they have the casino down the street. They have the beignets. They have this. I mean, it's a good time.
I'm not gonna lie, I never went to New Orleans for Halloween, but that's exactly why I miss New York for Halloween.
Yeah.
Because it's a motherfucking movie there.
It's
like parties all weekend, all month long. Like it's just a motherfucking vibe. Here is just so dead, and it's just crazy because people always say New York, LA, the biggest cities, and I'm like, I think LA needs to be taken off that list because LA needs to be taken off that list. Like LA shouldn't be, because the people always used to say it was New York, LA, and I'm like, no, let's take LA off. LA is a beautiful city. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to money and business, if you're rich, bitch, whatever the case, yes, period.
I feel like LA, you have to really know where the fuck to go.
Yeah, but even so, it's still rare that you see people. Whenever you see crazy videos of people in parties and stuff, it's rare that you see them be in LA. They'll be anywhere else but LA. It's rare. If you
That's
see a
true.
regular size party, if you
Yeah.
see a lit party here, it's like very, very
Yeah.
rare.
That's why I say you gotta know where to go because
Yeah.
even my friend he's talking about going to the Globe Theater thing. That may be in LA though, but even still, other people have been hitting me up because I had put something on my thing. It's not in LA. It's in Inglewood, or the thing we said Santa Monica. But I didn't feel like driving on it.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, even so, it's still not.
It's not in LA.
It's not lit.
Only one thing in LA.
For me,
I'm not
Inglewood,
sure.
Santa Monica's LA. I hear people say it's not. It's like
That's not LA.
I know people say it's not. For me, it's like.
But if they address, it's not going to be LA. It's going to be Santa Monica or Inglewood. Because my friend lives in Inglewood, and he has to put Inglewood on his thing.
Yeah, Inglewood, California. It's like in the Bronx when people say Yonkers. Yonkers not a part of the Bronx. But for me, when you're a native and when you're local, bitch, and I'm not a native or local in LA, but when I'm in LA, bitch, anything along the lines, bitch, you're in LA. Inglewood, LA. Long Beach,
I don't think
LA.
it's LA though.
I know it's different. Everybody considers different. To me
It's not
personally,
LA.
I'll say it's motherfucking LA. Only
It's not, because when that
only
gas is hitting, it's not part of LA. It's Inglewood. It's part of Long Beach. Because that gas is going to let you know it's not part of LA.
Oh no, it's definitely.
It's not part of LA.
I consider the
My friend lives in Inglewood, and when I tell you, when I used to hang out with him, I have to take him home. You know, that's not part of fucking LA. Baby, I would have been home 20 minutes ago, not 30, 40 minutes ago. That's not part of fucking LA. It's not. And they will, and people who have been here for years will let you know that's not part of LA.
Exactly.
I feel like for us, people who are not born and raised here, but like, oh, it's LA, but no, that's not part of LA.
No.
It's not
even
LA.
because I'm not from here. Because like I said, like you just pointed out, I'm fully aware of Santa Monica because it's own county. I'm fully aware.
It's not.
However,
LA.
to me, bitch, how the maps is set up, I don't give a fuck. LA native, California native, the government. Bitch, the way maps set up, you ask me along the map board.
But I feel like it's because you don't have a car. Because me personally, I didn't want to go to that Santa Monica house because I said this I was trying to
No,
drive there.
I know, but
That's
not
part of LA.
No, that's why I didn't recommend us going there because I know it's not. I know it's far. Even if I don't drive, if anything, when you don't drive, it's worse because you see how it's not part of LA when you got to take a 2-hour-long bus ride.
So it ain't part of LA. Don't listen to him. It's not part of LA.
Like I said, bitch, when you go to the Bronx and you go to the Yonkers and they say Yonkers is up from the Bronx, bitch. To me, I'm saying it's the Bronx. Bitch, with that being said,
who is that?
That's the fire alarm saying it's time to
It's
get
not
dressed.
part of LA.
That's the fire alarm saying it's time to go out and explore LA and pop some pussy, bitch. Fuck that Inglewood, did it,
LA.
bitch.
We're not going to the Bible.
And if we end up in Burbank, bitch, I'm in LA. And
yo, we're in Burbank. I got some stores I'm going to go to Burbank.
No, yeah,
Yo, when I go to Burbank, I make sure I go to Portobello.
No, see, Burbank, Glendale. I'm going to whenever. I don't care if
I don't give a fuck.
any reason.
I'm going to
on a full stomach and all, bitch. I'm gonna go get my chicken cocaine and my dulce de leche coffee, bitch. But let me tell you one thing about Burbank and Glendale. Burbank and Glendale is like Staten Island to New York. Yeah, but Burbank, but they're like the Staten Island to New York. Even if it is New York, we're not saying it's New York.
When I go to my Burbank store, I'm definitely going to Glendale. It's my next store.
Yeah,
they're like they besties.
Yeah.
Now who can't come?
Bitch,
and on Halloween.
Let me tell you something.
Oh wait, no, Halloween weekend.
Let me tell you something. The crazy thing about this building is how do y'all turn on the fire alarm when the stoves are electric? Bitch, they're electric. What fire?
Yo.
They must be smoking that meth pipe a little too hard.
No, they're electric with the because my last apartment had this. They're electric with the glass top. They're glass top stoves. Cause you know electric has little burners with no glass top. You guys have the burners with a glass top. They're glass stoves. Yo, you shouldn't be burning shit on a
but
glass
that's what the fuck I'm
stove.
saying. How the fuck is a fire alarm on? Bitch, cause I be hotboxing this house and the fire alarm don't go off.
On some shit.
Is that ketamine, that meth that they smoke is a little too strong. Listen, the cops be up in this building, girl. These hoes be on drugs, strong drugs too, bitch. They say Happy Halloween. I'm trying to do some coke and look like a ghost.
No. They also
But with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I know we spoke most about conspiracies and Halloween stuff.
A little bit of witchy and
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, we did also come in here. You know, she just like a detective. I'm dressed as a grape, and I live. But now it's time to change my outfit and become a slut. And I will see you guys. We will see you guys on the next episode.
She gone. She usually is, clearly.
Yeah, no, she usually will cry, but yeah, but now she knows she just stand next to my feet because she knows I got her.
We gotta go.
I hope y'all enjoyed this episode on the HBIC, and this is
It's 11. Gorgashmarie. It's 11.
All right, love y'all. See you next
Make
time.
a wish.
Wait, it's 11. No, not
11,
yet.
10.
11.
I feel like 1, 11, 10.
59 seconds. Okay, love y'all. See you next time.